Our reading today is a poem by Mary Oliver called Heavy. That time, I thought I could not go any closer to grief without dying. I went closer, and I did not die. Surely God had his hand in this, as well as friends. Still, I was bent, and my laughter, as the poet said, was nowhere to be found. Then said my friend Daniel, brave even among lions, it's not the weight you carry, but how you carry it. Books, bricks, grief, it's all in the way you embrace it, balance it, carry it. When you cannot and would not put it down. So I went practicing. Have you noticed? Have you heard the laughter that comes now and again out of my startled mouth? How I linger to admire the things of this world that are kind and maybe also troubled. Roses in the wind, the sea geese on the steep waves, a love to which there is no reply. Thank you. Here comes our sermon. I make it a habit of chatting up grocery store cashiers when I check out. I am staunchly opposed to self-checkout. Just ask my family. It's so impersonal. And I figure if the majority of people walk through the human line the way they do through the self-checkout line, then I got to do my part. Recently, I was at a grocery store I don't normally shop at, and by that I mean a store where I don't already know all the cashiers well enough to know that Kyle is about to propose to his girlfriend, Tyler's almost done with graduate school, Michelle's father-in-law just passed away, or Marissa is just tired of standing on her feet all day. So I'm at the new store, unloading my groceries, and I ask my usual question, how's the day going for you so far? The cashier barely looks up, on the verge of tears, and mumbles, not that great. I pause. Do I offer empathy? This man does not want to cry in public, I can see that. Do I ignore it? Not really my style. Instead, I told him a joke. I try to carry around several stupid jokes in my head for moments such as these. I said, what do you call a guy with no body and no nose? He paused, looked up. Nobody knows. Next, why did the ghost have to go to rehab? He was addicted to booze. He perked up a bit, then cracked a joke in return about how many damn apples I had in my cart. We ate a lot of apples at our house. Then I pointed out the guy in front of me was about to buy the store out of peanut butter. This led to a reference in a ridiculous movie called Talladega Nights about dogs and peanut butter. As a social worker in palliative care, I am with patients and families during some of their most difficult moments. We sit down together in their hospital room alongside our palliative care physician and discuss heavy subjects like prognosis, quality of life, goals of care, whether to focus on comfort or treatment based on their condition. These conversations can go in any possible direction you can imagine. People process grief, fear, anxiety, uncertainty, anger, and loss in no predictable fashion. I find, however, that a tiny bit of humor sprinkled in when appropriate can move the energy in the room. The reality is we're all going to die. If you're 97, surrounded by family, deciding if you want to continue cancer treatment, most would call that a win. But for some, it's devastating to not be able to see their beloved dog again or attend their grandchild's wedding. I have yet to meet a patient and family who are at peace with having no more options. It can make a person feel trapped. Humor not always, but sometimes, can relax patients and families enough to be able to connect with each other, to be able to take a step back and think a little more thoughtfully, even in impossible situations. I had a patient not too long ago during our palliative care consult, and he told me, "I want you to come back to my house and see my old gray hairy ass." I was a little taken aback. Then his wife started giggling and mentioned they have a geriatric donkey in their barn. I know, right? I took the opportunity to tell my lean beef, ground beef jokes, and we were fast friends. Ultimately, he passed away the next day with his wife, 2 sons and grandson with him. I like to imagine them laughing through their tears, helping each other through the sadness. When my brother was dying last fall, there were a couple of days when his hospice nurse suggested it would be the right time for anyone who wanted to see him to hurry over. My very Christian sister-in-law, who I love, came over to see her brother-in-law. I'm not sure how born-again Christians feel, but I guess she felt it was her last chance to save his soul. I feel sad thinking about how much pain that might have also caused her to worry about him going to hell. She went into his room. They spent about 20 minutes together, and when she came out, she was cracking up. Apparently, my brother, rest his soul, when asked if he had Jesus in his heart, responded with, "Hell yeah, I've got Jesus, and some witches and vampires too." When it comes to my self-care routine, there are a lot of components. I have 3 chronic autoimmune diseases, a stressful job, 2 amazing teenage children, and a menagerie of pets at home. In addition to the yoga, the vegetables, the early bedtimes, and the copious amounts of dark chocolate, I consider comedy to be a serious component of wellness. I have passed along this self-care practice to my kids, and I think it served them well. Sometimes my girls will get irritated with me if I fall asleep on the couch when we're watching something funny. They told me they like how much I laugh, and that it's more fun to laugh together. There really is something about laughing with people you love. I think comedy in isolation can be great on a stressful day. Pull up your favorite clip of The Office, Saturday Night Live, Portlandia to get you through back-to-back meetings at work. But comedy, when shared with people who are also entertained and happy, is a particular kind of relaxation and refueling that I have found nowhere else. According to the Mayo Clinic, laughter has both short-term and long-term benefits. In the short term, laughter has been proven to alleviate and relieve your stress response. A rollicking laugh fires up and cools down your stress response. It can increase and then decrease your heart rate and blood pressure. The result, a good, relaxed feeling. In the long term, laughter can improve your immune system, relieve pain, increase personal satisfaction, improve your mood, it turns out laughter might be the best medicine. I was gifted with a response to fatigue and stress of becoming a little loopy. Just ask my kids. The more exhausted or overwhelmed I get, the more ridiculous my behavior becomes. For the most part, it's welcomed. I know it can be annoying sometimes, but I'm very grateful to have humor wired deep in my nervous system. My body and brain somehow know that it will save me when things feel pretty out of control.